Hello geeks, in this video we're gonna cover some of the Java basic command line utilities that comes with our JDK installation, and we also create our first hello world program using Java. So let's get started. So first open any text editor. I'm using gedit for this. So type your first hello world Java program. So first we need to create a public class. You can name this anything, and let's say hello, and open curly braces. In this we need to create a public main method which is entry point of our program. It accepts one string array, and inside of this we just create an print statement which say hello world, and first close all the curly braces. So this is our simple hello world program using Java. So let's save this. I'll save in Java folder. So we need to specify the name for this file and the extension. So what should be the name? In Java uses some conventions for naming the files. So in which our public class name is hello. So we also need to save this file using public class name, which is hello with capital H and with extension .java, and save. So once we have our first Java program, we need to compile and execute this. Since Java is a compile language, first we need to we write the code, then we compile the code, and then we execute this code. So this is our source file for Java, means .java files are source file, and then Java compiler compile them into .class files, and then those .class files got executed, and that execute our instruction we provide in the applications. So for this, let's open up the terminal and go to the directory where we save our .java file. So here I have my hello.java file. So I need to compile this file first. But how? So with JDK there is a tool known as javac, and which stands for Java compiler. We can compile this file to .class file. But how? It's very simple command. Just use javac and provide the name of the file you want to compile. So I say compile hello.java. If I hit enter, so it's compiled, and let's check the list of files in this directory. So yes, my code is got compiled, and this created a hello.class file, which is my bytecode or compile file which can execute on JVM or Java machine. So before executing this file, I tell you more options that we can use with hello this javac command. So if you want to compile many or 2 or more file, we can separate them with spaces. Like this is hello.java. If we have another file name .java, we can add them here with spaces, or we can also use asterisk to command this, compile these all files in this current directory, or if it have more other than .java file, we can use extension with this. So this will compile all .java file which are in this current directory. Next thing with javac is some of the code sometimes our code depend on other libraries that we need to add to class path. So what is class path? Class path is something where Java find for libraries which are not in current directory. So by default class path is our current directory. If library is not in current directory, then it will find for these in Java libraries. If Java not found that library in this, then it find in class path. So we can provide class path to means path to our jars using -cp, that is stand for class path, or we can use full form of this like complete class path, and then passing the path to jar dot jar file, and then we can compile our .java file. So this is how we can compile our source files using the libraries that it depends upon. So next thing is our -d switch. We can use it by default. Javac compile all files in the current directory, like we just did it. Here we have hello.java and we compile this in hello.class file. So by default all the files are compiled and stored in the same directory. If we want to save in some other directory, we can pass that path with -d. So let's say I create a directory hello. So now I have a one directory hello, and I want to save this .class file in that directory. So first remove my hello.class file so that doesn't make any confusion to you. So now I have an hello directory and hello.java class. So javac -d and path to hello, and then the class file or source file hello.java, and hit enter. So it got compiled successfully. But where is .class file? Since we provided directory, let's check in hello directory, and here it is. So this is how we can provide directory in which we want to save our class files. Next thing is we want to execute our .class file to see some output, right? We write this code to get the hello world on the screen, but where it is? So let's clear my console. We can execute my all class files with Java command. But one thing to note here is Java command is used to launch an Java application, but the class name we pass here will be which contains the public, static and void main method. This signature in public class we have this main method. If we don't have this method, then Java will throw an error. So if we execute this now, hello, so we have hello.java in this directory. Since .java file is got compiled to hello.class, let's create that in this directory hello.java. We have hello.class, and to compile this we just need hello, which is our class name. We don't need to mention any extension to this, and hit enter, and that's all. We get hello world printed on my console. Next thing is, as we also need some external libraries to add for execution time. So we can also use class path here. So we can use class path or cp and path to jar.jar and our class name. If this depend on some jar, we need to exact path of that file, and we can use star.jar to include all jar files in current directory, or libraries or .class files. So we can use class path for this. And next thing that I'll mention is, let's make some changes in our hello world program. So I add a package here, and let's say this is codegeeks.hello package, and I save this. Now if I compile this, I need to compile this with javac hello.java. So this got compiled without any error, and we have hello.class file. So let's now run this file with java hello. We got this error, that is could not find or load main class. What this happened? We just executed this hello world program just before, and this successfully got executed, but we just added this command package and it's throwing an error, load java. So the thing is, when we include a package, so java need a project structure or folder structure to that class. So one thing to provide this structure is, we create ourselves these folders like CodeGeek. Inside of CodeGeek I create hello world, and then I provide this hello.class, means .class file in this directory, then execute this. But we can use java-d to, by this Java create all the file directory structure. So if I list files in this directory are, here we have hello directory and hello.class and hello.java. So let's use javac with -d, and I just provide dot is added to create folder or packages in current directory. So dot always relate to current directory, and then our hello.java class. So it got compiled. Let's list our files now. So you can see we have CodeGeeks folder here. So what inside this CodeGeeks folder? We have another folder named hello, and what inside this hello? We have our hello.class. So if we want to execute this, how will execute this now? So to executing this, now this hello.class is a part of a package which is codegeeks.hello. So to run this, execute this file, we need to provide full name for this, codegeeks.hello.java. So hope you got it. Next command we are going to use explain here is jar command. What a jar do is, jar is packaging utility available in Java. Since we will working on a different project, so we need to compress, like if we do in normal project or our files, we compress those files in .zip or rar extensions. So for Java project or Java files, we compress those to .jar archives. We can also other package other extension like .var and .er, which are for web archives, web application archive or enterprise application archive, but we cover them later. So jar command would do is, it create an archive, and all our class we can input in this. So let's create with this hello world. So first is we need to provide this C denote we need to create. We are creating a new jar file, and with F denote the file name we want to create file. So we are creating hello.jar file. The next thing is what files need to be included. So we can provide using hello.java, or we can use star. So here are so much of file. Let's clean this directory first. So we don't need hello.class here, we don't need hello directory here. We have hello.java and codegeeks, in which we have compile.class file. So remove this extra directories and files, and I will also remove hello.class. So now this directory is clean for packaging. So let's use jar hyphen create file, which is hello.jar, and we need to provide I input all the files, so I use star, and to see what files are compressing with this, we provide a V, which is for verbose. And now if I hit enter, so it says added manifest, added hello.java, and all the project structure with file. So let's list the file. So we have created hello.jar here. So now we have created this jar file. How to execute this? So as before, to executing any Java application, we use Java. But since we are executing now a jar file, we use hyphen jar to specify. We are specify to Java that we are using executing jar file, and now provide hello.jar file name and hit enter. Now it's say no main manifest attribute in hello.jar. So what this saying is, we have created a jar file, but we don't provide it instruction which is our main file. It doesn't know the main file. So to specifying what is main file, we have two methods. One is while creating a jar file with cvf, we provide one more switch which is for E. E stands for entry point, means the class name which is our main class. So first we have here hello.jar, which is file name, and then to specify the class name we need to specify fully qualified name like before. Like here we provide codegeeks.hello.hello. So same here is codegeeks.hello.hello, and then add all files. Before adding all, let's remove hello.jar from here, otherwise it will add this also. So hello.jar, remove this file, and now create another jar file with cvfe with entry point, and hello.jar will be the file name, and we provide codegeeks.hello.hello, and now all the files will be added to this jar file. So hit enter. That output is same like before. Now let's include execute this using jar hello.jar. So this time we get hello world. Last time we didn't mention the main file But if we go to this directory in my downloads where this is hello.jar created here, if we see this file, so what jar utility does is he added my hello.java, he added my all class file, and he also created a meta inf file in which we have manifesto, because he wants an entry. If you see here, no main manifest attribute, so in this manifesto file all our Java information are saved. So if we open this, we have main class. This attribute specify our main class which we provided codegeeks.hello.hello. We can also specify this by ourselves. So let's close this file, and for this I remove hello.jar again, so because I am creating a new file. So now we would just use -e switch to specifying our main file. We can also create using by specifying another file which have all the attributes we want to include in manifest file, since manifest file contain more attributes, just not just only main class file. So we can create another file. Let's create one. I'm use cat for this one, and I name this as manifest. You can name it anything, but for now I name this manifest file, and we just making a one entry of main hyphen class and specifying the name of the class is codegeeks.hello.hello, and save this. So if we list our files, we have hello.java, we have codegeeks with a class file, and I have a manifest file. So I need to tell jar utility to this is my manifest file and include this, or include the entries in this to jar file manifesto file you are going to create. So we use java hyphen cvf, this is all same, but to specify the main and main class we use hyphen e to specify the entry. To specify the manifest file we use m, and as before we have hello.jar, and now we need to provide manifest file, and after this we have all to include, and hit enter. So what this do is, let's check if we got my main class or not. So again hyphen jar and hello.jar. If I hit enter, yes, we got hello world. So we covered two methods of adding a main entry or main specifying the main class as manifesto file while creating a jar file. So we covered three basic Java command line utility in this video: javac, java, and jar. And we also created our first hello world program. Of course we have other utilities also available in this jar. We can, let's see what other utilities available are. So I say java home bin. So these are the command line tools that comes with our JDK. We have applet weaver. Some main tools are applet weaver, JDB, which is Java debugger. Applet weaver is used for weaving the applet, but the thing is applet are now deprecated and all the browser drop the support for applets. The next is we have javac, and the next is javadoc, which is used for very handy tool for creating a Java documentations. We also have RMIC, RMID and RMI registry. We're gonna use these when we use RMI or remote method invocation. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Jai Hind.